Hi, this is Ted Kelly with another Ted Hospitality Minute. Hey, today we've got a great guest on. His name is Shane Allor. He is the general manager at the Sheraton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Resort, and he's going to come on and talk to us about all the great things that's going on down in the magical world of Disney. Hey, Shane, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time. I got to think that you guys are probably getting pretty busy down there around this time of year, no?
We are getting busy. Group business is pretty much wrapped up for the year, and we're ramping up for the holidays with all of our great leisure business coming in here.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, before we get into your property and all of the beautiful things that's going on there, let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your hospitality journey. How did you get here?
Sure. It's a long story, but we'll condense it. I started out as a front desk clerk at a Hampton Inn, and then became a shift supervisor there in operations. And I had a great general manager that felt that I would be better served in the sales and marketing area. So I moved into a sales manager role, and then kind of progressed from there. Went to work for a larger property as a sales manager, and then went to work for another larger property. And ultimately, I wanted to be in resorts. So this all was happening in Southern California. So I ended up in Palm Springs, California, working in the resort market. And in 1999, I had an opportunity to join Marriott and work for the Ritz-Carlton Rancho Mirage as a sales manager, and kind of took that and grew from there, and ended up at the Rancho Las Palmas Marriott Resort in Rancho Mirage as director of sales and marketing. And then I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, for 11 years, and spent time at the JW Marriott Camelback Inn, and then also the JW Marriott Desert Ridge, both as director of sales and marketing. And then I transitioned to South Florida as our kids got older and they were on their own. We decided it was time to explore the country a little bit from a working standpoint, and moved to South Florida to help to rebrand and expand the JW Marriott Turnberry in Aventura down in South Florida. So I was there for a couple of years, and then I transitioned back west to Las Vegas as the general manager for the JW Marriott Las Vegas. And then that was through COVID, and then ended up here as the general manager at the beautiful Sheraton Lake Buena Vista Resort, January 31st of this year.
Wow, that is an awesome track record, man. And the one great thing I like about it is usually with JW Marriott, there's always a nice golf course close to it, somewhere,
Yes.
somewhere in the neighborhood, right?
Always, especially in the resort world. So obviously at Camelback Inn, the JW Camelback Inn, they have 36 holes of golf there. Desert Ridge, as we talked earlier, has really nice golf, also 36 holes. JW Turnberry, a nice private country club, 36 holes of golf. JW Las Vegas, use the TPC Las Vegas course. So this is my first time without my own golf on property. So I'm at a loss a little bit.
Well, you're in a great area, so I'm sure there are plenty of golf courses nearby that you can go and kind of reminisce a little bit about. But yeah, that's one of the great features that I've always kind of noticed about the JW Marriott. And there's such nice properties to begin with, and you just threw out a couple that I think are just awesome properties to begin with. So yeah, that's a very nice piece of history there about you. So tell me this: I understand that the Sheraton Lake Buena Vista is going to be coming up on a major renovation here in 2023. Tell me about that. What all are you guys doing?
So a lot of planning has gone into that. Ownership is really supporting some updates here, and bringing this more in line with the kind of the new Sheraton community, and just some of the new features and amenities and kind of the look and feel of Sheraton. So it'll start July 1st of 2023, and it'll include a refresh and a redo of all the guest rooms. It'll include the front entrance, getting a new look and feel. The lobby, our marketplace, which has Starbucks inside, will get a new look and a complete reconfiguration, and some added features such as a counter and a window for the outside, so you can order and you can shop from the outside as well as from the inside. Our one of our restaurants, Zest, gets a renovation, as well as the Zest bar. And then outside at the pool, we have 2 pools. That area gets completely renovated, reconfigured. We're updating cabanas and adding cabanas, adding some more outdoor space. And then the meeting space. So we have 2 ballrooms. Each ballroom is just over 6,000 square feet. Those ballrooms and pre-function space get a little refresh, carpeting, new lighting, things like that. So a lot of great things going on all at the same time. We should be completed with the renovation though by March of 2024. We're going to start with the guest rooms, and the guest rooms will get done, by the end of the year. We'll do the plan is either 60 rooms at a time, which I'm pushing for. We have 4 buildings, so I'm pushing for a building at a time. That will be easier. So we'll see how we end up doing it. But obviously, as you know, trying to work through still an operating resort. So trying to minimize displacement and minimize guest interruption and all that. So we'll have to work around all those things.
I was gonna say, man, that's music to my ears when you start talking about displacement and minimizing the guest interruption piece. And I guess being where you are, where it's kind of, to me, Florida is always a go-to destination just because of the weather. So I don't know if it really slows down, but to have a great property that people want to be in and be trying to renovate it at the same time presents its own set of challenges.
Yeah, it's funny in this market, if you don't have group business, you have transient business. With Disney, we're a good neighbor property to Disney, so we're close by all the Disney attractions and Disney Springs. So number one, everybody's happy, which is great. But number two, you have that kind of that built-in transient leisure business that's always looking for a spot to stay and looking for things to do. So it works out well.
Right. So talk a little bit about your experiences with the renovations. What's been the most significant challenge for you in your past when you're going through a major renovation like that?
As we're getting ready for this one, there haven't been a lot of challenges yet because we're not close enough really to really have to put those, a lot of those things in place. But you're kind of working with 3 entities. We have the ownership group, and of course I'm here on property, and then we have a design firm that's been down a couple of times, and they're going through constant iterations. Things are getting value engineers, so new designs are put forth, and now there's an architect involved. So a lot of my time is taken when they decide to have a pop-in visit. So I need to be able to, show the rooms that we're going to use for model rooms, and maybe highlight some space and some recommendations or opinions that I have that have to get bubbled back up to ownership for approval, especially knowing that we have to be here and operate the property. Things have to be done in a manner that are going to work for us and work for the guests. So those are some of the challenges. As we get a little closer, we'll have to work with, if there's group guests that could be impacted or groups that could be impacted, obviously leisure guests and things like that, trying to work through some of those challenges to, like I said earlier, minimize that as much as possible, make everyone aware of what's going on. And we do have it set up now, on paper at least, in a manner in which there will be minimal disruption to guests, because we do have four buildings of rooms. So as we do those renovations in those buildings, it wouldn't affect the other buildings. So that's the plan for now. And those are some of the logistical challenges that we face leading into the renovation.
Yeah. And I'm sure as you get into it, I'm sure your design firm get into it and you'll get into it. You guys start looking at some of the finishes that they're recommending to put in the rooms. And then you're probably sitting there scratching your head and saying, okay, you want my operations guys to be able to turn this room in this amount of time, and this kind of finish is going to take extra time to, to stay on top of and keep it looking nice and all of those good things. That's some of the challenges I think sometimes that we hear in terms of feedback when you're getting into like the model rooms, that you start to really evaluate and you look at real closely. Here's what we're saying we're going to put in the rooms, guys. If we put this stuff in here, is it something that we can get in, we can clean, we can manage and get our guys in and out and turn the room very quickly so that we can hand it over to the next guest coming in? And those are sometimes some interesting conversations, to say the least, when you look at some of the unique things that the brand may be wanting to put in a guest room, right? So those are some of the things that we've run into.
Everyone has the best intentions. You want to make it look good. They just don't realize sometimes what it takes to operate that and to clean, like you said, whether it be cleaning or whether it be simple things like changing a light bulb. So that's the whole purpose of having a model room. So we'll have a model room by the end of January, And that'll allow us and allow me to have the operations team in there, housekeeping and the operators, to really identify, challenges or tweaks that we might want to make before we go full force with the renovation. So we will have that opportunity in January. And I have been through that before, both at the JW Turnberry as well as at the JW Vegas. The JW Vegas was getting set for renovation prior to COVID hitting. And so we had 2 model rooms there, and there were all kinds of things that we found that there's just doesn't make sense. It looks pretty, but it's going to take an engineer a day to change out this one light bulb. So it just doesn't make sense for us. So yeah, we definitely want to avoid some of those traps, and of course, still make the property, meet or exceed the brand standards, make it, a beautiful room and beautiful design for the guest, but also make it so that we can be efficient and get in and out of the rooms, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think obviously your experience is coming through loud and clear. You start talking about some of the stuff that you're looking for and making sure that you kind of stay out of the woods on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so you guys seeing a lot of occupancy right now? Are you pretty high right now because of the proximity to the Disney?
We are. This month will be this should be a good month for us. We had a little bit of group the first 10 days of the month. Now it's tapering off, and we'll have a week of a lull, between now and probably around Thursday, that 22nd or 23rd of December. And then it gets real busy from that point all the way until the new year. And that's all, just all transient business, all leisure business. Everyone's here, whether you're here to visit family, here to enjoy the parks, here to enjoy the weather, like you said, enjoy the amenities of the resort. We'll see a lot of families coming through. So we have to be prepared for that with, some activities and programming for kids, letters to Santa, candy canes, things that we'll do out by the pool with some activities, cookie decorating or ornament decorating, things like that. We'll keep those guests happy and active while they're here and when they're not out at the parks.
Yeah, you're spreading you're starting the magical Disney at the hotel before they even get there.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Wow, that is awesome, man. Well, I tell you what, I definitely appreciate you spending a few minutes with us today and telling us a little bit about your property. Hey, if you ever feel like you need an extra third-party project manager, make sure you give us a call. We'd be happy to jump in there and help you out on the renovation. But is there any other special events that you guys have coming up at the property that you'd like our guests to know about?
Just some of the things that we do on a regular basis. One of our outlets, Zest Restaurant and Bar, has a great dinner menu Thursday through Saturday. We do live entertainment on Friday night inside that restaurant and bar. So, great little bit of entertainment with a real nice menu for guests. And then, of course, just, throughout the holidays, lots of great programming that we have that is holiday specific. But just in general, we have a very active pool area. So we welcome guests to come out and enjoy, and we're always running specials at the pool. And there's always some types of activities, whether it be water slide races or trivia or things like that for guests to get involved in. And we have all kinds of fun, offering meals to guests or offering drinks or pizzas, for the kids and things like that. So always trying to keep activity for our guests when they're here and keep them busy and help the parents get the kids to sleep at night and help to get them off breakfast and off the parks in the morning.
Wow, man, that sounds like that's 24/7 right there, man. I tell you what, I don't know if I could keep up with that myself. So kudos to you for being able to keep up with that.
Thanks. I can't either. Believe me, we have a lot of great staff.
Hey, well, this has been another Ted's Hospitality Minute. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time, guys.